Hello beautiful community, welcome to this week's video. Now this week I'm doing the Christmas turning. So every year we normally do Christmas bells and Christmas baubles, then I carve Santa faces. So it's all about getting ready for Christmas with Christmas presents and that sort of stuff. So I think I'm up to date at the moment. So I've done the list that the cook gave me for all the presents that she needed. She normally gives me those lists in around January every year, and then I struggle in November trying to get them done because I haven't done any, but this year I got onto it fairly quickly and I got them all done. So that'll keep the cook happy this year again until next January, and she'll have another list for me. Anyway, I'm doing Christmas bells because I need a few for the local market that I go to once a month, and I don't have any, so I sold quite a few last year and I thought I would do a production of Christmas bells today. And I've got quite a selection of wood. I've been storing it over the last 12 months, and it's all around 2 inches in diameter and it's about 9 inches long. I've cut them all about 9 inches long, and that makes about 3 or 4 bells. Some of the wood I've got white cedar, which I got from Queensland. I've got oak from the farm, also sugar gum from the farm. There's some cypress that I got from the local hardware that I was using cypress post for a job, and there's some elm that I got from a tree that fell down at the local hospital. There's bull oak, which is a lovely wood. I got that from my dear brother Richard from over at Ballarat. It's a beautiful wood. And red gum, and I've also got some black gum. And black gum is an unusual tree. In the Wikipedia it says it's not good for anything. But it is a nice wood, and it's a rare species in Australia. It's only found up around Bathurst in central New South Wales and around the southern tablelands. And there's also an isolated stand of trees near Woodend. The cook's got a friend over at Woodend, and on her place that's where the stand of black gum are. And of course a couple fell down in a storm, and we were lucky enough to get some of the wood. And it says in the Wikipedia that it's no good for anything, it's useless, but it's a good shade tree, of course. But when I've turned it up, and I've turned a couple of the bells in this video, and they've got a yellow tinge to them. And I think the yellow tinge, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the yellow tinge is from the minerals in the ground. If that's not right, let me know in the comments, but that's where I think it's coming from, and it's quite a pronounced yellow. Anyway, I've got a photo here of one of the bells. Shows you the different colours of the wood. Beautiful wood. I decided to do a production line, so I put each length, which was about 9 inches in length, on the lathe and turned tenons every 3 inches, and then put them on the bandsaw and cut the pieces 3 inches long, and they all had a tenon on them. So I had quite a few pieces to turn into bells. So I started off, I put them on the lathe and then drilled a hole, cleaned that out with a 1/2 inch spindle gouge, then formed the bell with the 1/2 inch spindle gouge, and then finished it off with a parting tool. To do the inside, I googled that to see what it was called, and it's called a clapper. And I made the shaft out of wire just to make it stiff, and that wire was 2.5 mil in diameter, which is about 12.5 gauge fencing wire. I put a loop on that just so I could put on a ribbon later on, and I found some beads at the local reject shop or $2 shop, and I used those for the clapper. So that was the bell, and then I finished it off with Danish oil. I gave it 2 coats of Danish oil, and it's a beautiful smell when you've got that Danish oil on the wood. And when I was selling them at the market last week, there was a few people who commented on the smell. They weren't sure what the smell was, but they said it was a nice smell, and of course that was the Danish oil. So I did get quite a few bells. There would have been about 40 or 50 bells that I made in this process. So you've probably noticed that I have got subtitles on this video. I've been looking at it for quite some time, but it just got too hard for me to do. But the last video I did wasn't my best video. The sound wasn't very good. I tried to do a few different things and it didn't work out too well. The video wasn't very good and the audio wasn't that crash hot either. And I did get a comment from somebody who mentioned that the audio wasn't very good, especially for someone who's deaf. So I understand where he's coming from. And so I did look into it, and I just needed to upgrade my editing program, and hopefully I can improve the video quality. Anyway, yeah, if it's a good idea, let me know. If you think that I can change a few things, leave a comment. I certainly take your comments seriously, and hopefully you'll see a bit of difference in the videos to come. I hope you enjoy this video. I'll see you next time. Cheerio.